So they're looking for more control over their travel experience, and they're also looking for a much easier solution to that travel experience and necessity. They're also becoming a lot more cost aware, so they're looking at the cost of total accommodations versus the hotels. And you talk about trends. Well, we've seen in recent years that a lot of our corporates are now starting to move their relocation people and their assignments to a much larger variety of places. In particular, I mean, the high-end demand areas are still there, so they're still looking to book in the major cities in the US and Canada and Europe. But what we're also seeing is there's a lot more traffic going into the emerging economies, like Central and Eastern Europe. We're also seeing that a lot of the longer stays are starting to reduce. So in terms, especially of assignments, the assignments are getting shorter. So we're finding a lot more demand for shorter assignments, and that's really where the growth is coming. How we're accommodating that, well, we're looking to make not only the booking process a lot easier, but deliver easier solutions to that process. So I know, for example, that our Oakwood website, oakwood.com, has experienced a lot more traffic than it used to. We've just introduced the mobile app, so that's streamlining the process for the end user. It's easier for them to book. They can take control of the process from the beginning to the very end, so from the reservations to the stay, end-to-end stuff. Again, with any app, there's other facilities that they have on the app. We feel we've probably got more than a lot of the other apps that are out there at the moment. But of course, you've got the directional help. They can check their local environment that they're going into, not just in terms of the accommodations and the facilities within the accommodations, but also they can start to look at what they can do in the local area during their stay. And bear in mind, these aren't 1 and 2 night stays, so that's kind of important to them as well. So that's helping give them better solutions in terms of ease of finding the right solutions. We've also just struck up a strategic partnership with TravelClick. So that gives us more access to online booking platforms, and that gives us a better position in terms of people coming to us for, again, booking solutions. And then if we've touched on, the longer stays, the extended stay market. So we've got what we call Epic Marketplace. And that's not just a solutions platform, it's beyond that. It's really accommodations management solution. And that links everybody into our expanding global network, our service channel. So we're now in 95 countries around the world. Our global network expands into hundreds of thousands of apartments through our service department providers. In terms of the Epic platform, because what it's doing is giving solutions. It's allowing our service department networking partners to bid on the network, which is making it an easier choice and an easier solution for the people that want to book with us. Yeah, very much so, and we're able to taper for that as well with what we provide. We're finding that in a lot of the locations that they're now going to, particularly with the short-term assignments, they're taking advantage of the product that we provide in order to extend their stays. And you find, especially with the millennials, they feel as part of their professional development, they want that global experience. So, a lot of the time when you're on assignments, you're really focused on what you're doing for the client. So they're tending to tag on an extra couple of days at the end just to experience the local environment, the local culture, and in some cases just to spend more time with family and friends, because what they have is accommodation that provides much more living space. It provides separate bedroom accommodation, so it's not like a studio or a hotel room where you're kind of sitting in the end of a bed watching the TV or trying to have your breakfast. We've got kitchens there, so you can have your own cooking facilities, so you're not relying on the spend of having to go out and find your breakfast, find your lunch, find your dinner away from your hotel room. And you're cutting down on your living expenses while you're away, even to the extent of being able to do your own laundry in-house. We've got washers and dryers in all the apartments, as well as the facilities to make your coffees and your meals, spend time in a lounge that's away from your bedroom. So yeah, we're finding that certainly bleisure bookings are coming in a lot more frequent than they used to. Well, we mentioned our global accommodations network, so that's in 95 countries, and we've got something like 350,000 apartments that we can access through the system now. But we've also got our own managed branded properties, so we've got 60 buildings now that have the Oakwood brand above them, and we manage them through our Oakwood operations teams. We've got 210 branded apartments now in the UK, predominantly London. We've got over 3,000 in the US, 6,700, 6,800 now in Asia Pacific. In fact, we've just opened a new product in Chicago, and we're just opening a new product in Vietnam, in Hanoi. So we're evolving in terms of our own operations through Mapletree as an investment vehicle for us, so we will look at acquisitions. I think, as I said to you earlier, in Asia Pac, we're looking at owners that have the products that would fit our brand but don't necessarily know how to operate them and sweat them in terms of getting the income and obviously generating the profits. I'm new to EMEA, and EMEA is probably the most ripe of the three regions that we have for expansion. So we're looking at whether it be management contracts, looking at master lease agreements, certainly looking at acquisitions, whether it be one-off buildings or other companies that would fit into our brand and our portfolios. And we've even started to look at potential franchise growth as well. So plenty of room to expand. We've got a 5-year plan that's moving in the right direction, and watch this space. We'll be expanding our global area network, as I've explained before, and we're also looking to expand our own branded operations as well.